Right, okay, let's do the filing, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to open the file first, okay? So the way you open a file is very, very simple, and these are the notes as well you have in case you need it, okay? So you can open a file by saying F. Why F? Because when you open a file, it is put into F, right? So then you can handle through F. F, or you can call it file as well. You know, you don't have to call it F, okay? Okay, here we go, open. And then what file are you going to open? Okay, we're going to open a file called holiday. Okay, now here I say holiday.txt. Okay, that's a file name. Now the problem is the file does not exist, does it? Yeah? So if I run this, will I get an error? Yes. Why? Because file doesn't exist. So that's why I need to pass on a parameter w. Why? Because if the file doesn't exist, and you pass on a parameter w in the write, it will open the file if it doesn't exist. And if it exists, then it opens it. Are you with me, right? If the file doesn't exist. So where the file exists or file doesn't exist, it is right now we're using online GDB, which means it is going to be saved on the cloud. But if you run the same program on your computer, the file will be actually created on your computer, on your hard drive. Or if you're running it on Raspberry Pi, it will be created on your Raspberry Pi. Okay, in the same folder where you're saving your program, right? But right now it will open on the cloud. So here you have a main Pi. When I run this, it will open a file next to main Pi. Okay, and it will be empty. Here you go. See, holiday.txt. It's open, right? This one, but it's empty. It's open to next to main Pi, and it's empty. Now what we want to do next? We want to write something to it, right? We're going to say file dot. Now we're going to say f dot write, right? What we're going to say? What we're going to write? Okay, we're going to write this is last class. Okay, let's have fun. Okay, before holiday starts. Okay, let's have fun, right? Now I write this, and this is all going to be inside the, and then I can close this, right? F dot close. I can say close, right? Like this, and it will be written into the text. I run this, and you see it here. See here, it's written into that file, but it is not printed. Why? Because I'm not printing it. Are you with me? Yeah? So now if I run it again, it will replace the existing one. It will not. It's our writing. W is our writing. It keep writing, rewriting it again. But if I want to add the text to the existing file, not to overwrite it, then I have to pass a parameter called a, not w. A means append it. Whatever is written there, keep it and overwrite it. So if I run this now, here, you see, it's written and it's keep writing it to it. See here, this file is wrote more to it. Right? If I run it again, it's going to write more to it. See? So it's going to keep writing, keep writing. Why? Because I used a. It's appending it. But if I do w, it's going to overwrite the whole thing again. So this all will be gone, right? It's going to overwrite it with what? Only this one. Okay. So I want to sort of like, kind of like keep it short, right? Like this. Here we go. See, this is last class before. Before spelling are wrong. BEFO. Before holiday starts. Right? Well, we could do explanation mark here. And now it's gonna. Oh no. Here I wanna do before. Before holiday starts. If I do this, now this is gonna replace it with this one, right? And if I do append, it's gonna look at this file. It's gonna keep adding to it, right? Now you understand the difference. Okay, so we're gonna use W. Now next thing we wanna do is we wanna read the file. What is in it? And I print it here at the bottom. So I'm going to open it again because I closed it. That's why I'm going to open it again, right? I'm going to say f is equal to open. And what is the name of the file? Holiday.txt. Okay. And because I'm gonna, this time I wanna open in a read-only mode, read-only. Why? Because I'm gonna read this file. So that's why I'm gonna pass on R. R is that I wanna open a file and read on what is in it. How do I read in it? I say data is equal to f dot read. Okay? It will read the whole file and put into data variable, which is a string now. It will return a data. Data. Okay. So, and I can print data, right? So it will read the whole file and print it here. Now it will be printed on the screen. Here you go, see? It's printed on the screen. I run it again, it's printed on the screen. But if I change here A, it's going to keep writing to it and it'll print twice at the screen because it's a larger. See? See? It's getting larger. Why? Because I did A. Right? But because I'm going to do W, so it's overwritten. The file is overwritten, and that's it. Now, what if I want to read letter by letter? I'm going to read the file letter by letter from the data. So what I do is, I say for letter in data, okay, letter in data, and I can say print letter, which means at a time read one letter at a time. That's what it means, right? So I don't want to print this one, but I want to print now each letter, one letter at a time, because I can use this for letter in data, which means in the data, the whole text, print one letter at a time. So I'm printing letter. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, no. For letter in data, print letter. Where I'm getting wrong? Oh, no. Huh? No, let me check that. Tab. No, tab is not needed. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to say. But let me check where I got it wrong. Sorry, it was okay. It was just maybe internet problem. Okay, here we go. So see, now the problem is it's printing each letter on a next line, because that's what it does. So what it does is, when you use the print command, it basically print a carriage return, which means it print the next line. So we want to avoid that. We want to print on the same line, right? Letter by letter. So how we would do that? We would do that by passing a parameter to the print. It's called end. End is equal to, if we do this, it means print a letter and don't go to the next line. At the end, print space, carriage, white space. So it will now print like this. Here you go. It prints on the same line. Okay? But I want to give a little bit more space. So it will print each letter separately. See? I'm going to do a bit more space, a little bit more space. Like this. It will now give more space between the letters. So you remember this end, how to use this end, right? So now, this is basically how you play around with different files, right? Now, next thing I want to do is, I want to now type in here, maybe mistype something, right? I say, wherever A is, I replace A with M, right? A with M. Where else A is? Here, right? A with M. See what I did? I replace A with M. And now, if I print this will be printing wrongly, isn't it? Because it's going to print, look at this. It's printing now. This is LMSG class instead of A, saying CLMSS. So basically, this is your assignment. In your assignment, you are given a text. If you go back to your assignment, right, what it says? in your assignment it says, right, let me show you assignment. In your assignment it says, look at the assignment, yeah. In your assignment it says that you write a function j to I, okay, and in the word text file you write a function that it will write this one, val thjs js wrongly, like this. So you need to replace j with a, like, and make it right, like here, see, in thjs you write it down this. This is your assignment, right? So this is what I'm doing right now here now. So I am basically going to replace m with a, okay, and that's in your assignment you need to replace j with I, okay, and this is supposed to be done in a function, right? So we're going to write a function here. So function would be def, this is m2 a, because that's a function name, because I'm going to replace m with a, right? And then I'm going to do here if condition. So all I have to do is, when I print it, I say if, right, a letter is equal, what is equal? M. If the letter is m, right, do what? Then you print the letter. Instead of letter, you don't print the letter, you print a, okay, like this, okay. Else do what? Just print what you are supposed to print, right? Letter, comma, and has to be equal, like this. Now what will happen is, instead of printing this is LMS, it will, when it comes to M, it will say, oh, letter is equal to M, then instead of printing letter, print A. So it will replace this M with A, this class M with A, this holiday M, this one M with A, because that's what I have saved it, right? But it's gonna replace it with A. So this is your assignment, right? All you have to do is this. So now, because it's written now, I've written a function for it, so I just need to call function. What is function? M2A. That's it. I have to call it, then it will run. So if I run this one, I'm going to get an error. And what is the error? Let's see. It says expected an indentation block after function definition. Yes, because it's a function definition, so you have to do indentation here. Everything moves one step ahead, okay, because it's an indentation. You have to do what? Indentation here, right? So you don't get error. Okay, what is the expected indentation block after function definition on line 4? Which is line 4? This is line 4. Okay, I have to also do indentation here. Okay, now I do this. Bingo. This is, see, in the file you have this, right? M. This is LMST class M, but it's corrected it here. Look, when it printed it, this is last class, because through this program, it find M in the letter and it replaces it with A. In your assignment, what you have to do is, you have to write a function called, if you look at the assignment, in the assignment you have to write a function called j to I, which means you write this text into the file using the program, right? And then write a function j to I and replace every j with I. Okay, and that's how you will get your assignment done. And now coming back to the file, I just want to explain you something which we have done. We have practiced this, we have opened the file, we have read the file. I think the only thing that you need to know is that you can also save the file into a directory as well. Right now, when you run this program will run and save your file in a same file where you run the program. But if you put here a path, right, and then you have to put path everywhere, then it will save it into a directory. So you could do this by running this. See here, this file is now saved in a directory. Okay, and rest in the filing, you also have, you can read 5 characters as well. This is another thing. So I'm going to practice that separately here. if I want to, let's say, write a program, only read 5 character, what would I have to do? Read 5 character, right? Okay, here. So instead of this program, I just want to print the first 5 characters. So I'm not going to call function here. I'm just going to write it here. So I can do without function now, this one. I don't want to do this. Okay, I just want to read first 5 characters. So what I have to do is I have to read 5 character, 5. Okay, and print only 5 character, print data. So these will read 5 characters. So what are the 5 characters? T, H, I, S, and space, maybe 4. Only print this. So now it will only print this because it's reading only 5 character. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4. I said 4 character. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I run this, indentation. What is indentation problem? Okay, I have to do this because I moved the function. There you go. Here you go. Only this. Why? Because I pass 4 read. I say only read first 4 characters. If I say read 10 characters only, what it will do? It will read 10 characters from this, right? And what else is there in your thing? What else? What else? I think you have done this. Read, write. Okay, good. Create a new file. So there's X. You can create a file with these parameters, right? You can pass A. I explained A. I explained W. I didn't explain X. What is X? X will give you an error if the file already exists. If it's a new file you're creating and the file already exists, it gives you an error. If you pass X here, yeah, and the file already exists, because this file exists in a holiday. Yeah? If I pass X, it will give you an error. Why? Because it will say the file already exists. Here you go. File already exists. So it will not create a new file. But if you pass W, doesn't matter file exists or not, it will create the file. If file already exists, it opens it. If it doesn't exist, it creates it. But if you pass X, X is not to, it's only to create a new file. Okay, so you always pass W or A. Okay, and finally, there is a one here which is actually delete a file. So for that one, you need to use rm. This is a delete a folder. rmdir. You need to import OS. Okay, and then os.rmdir. And if you want to delete a file, you can delete a file by doing rm file remove. os.remove means remove that file. So for that one, what we have to do is we have to first import OS, because removing a file is through OS. So I say import OS, right? And then what is the file that I want to delete? I want to delete holiday because it exists there, right? So I say os.remove and I pass holiday txt text. So it will delete it. Although it is because it's there, right? So it will not delete from the tab, because if it is on the actual hard drive, you'll see it disappearing. Okay, and this is deleted now. Okay, like this. It gives an error because the file not found, because we said delete rm. It's already deleted, so it will not found. It will give an error if it doesn't exist. So this is to delete a file. But if you want to delete a directory like rmdir, yeah, this is a directory. You can delete the whole directory as well, rmdir. Okay, and pass the name of that directory that you or folder that you want to delete. And finally, if you want to write, normally the text files are, you don't need to pass T, meaning it's a text file. You don't need to pass it by default text. But if you want to save image in your file, then you pass B as well, right? That means you are saving image in it, right? So that's all you need to know about filing. This concludes our filing topic. Thank you for watching.